Ryan Fullen here, and yes, I may look like a pirate because I am a pirate. Now, as a kid, I've always been coming to this one spot, Big Geiger Cove in Catalina Island, and there's different events throughout the year, but one event in particular has always been my favorite, and it's the treasure hunt. It's usually the first weekend in August, and here I am. Now, Catalina is an island that's about 26 miles off the coast of California, Southern California to be particular. When I'm not speaking and I'm sailing, I'm usually over here. Now, I had an awesome sail over. It was great wind, but I had a blast. Waves crashing over the bow, all kinds of stuff. So I show up, I anchor, I'm here, I'm ready for the treasure hunt, and I have to say, cut to the end, I found the treasure. So I'm going to share with you 3 lessons that a pirate can teach you, which will help you in business and life. And all of these lessons I learned today in my quest for this here treasure. So, the first lesson that a pirate can teach you is that effort takes effort. Now, I was just recently in Croatia and I read Treasure Island. It was the first time in forever that I actually gave myself permission to read something that was fun. Granted, it's like an 8th grade read, but it was amazing. It was super fun. And you've got Jim and Long John Silver and, you know, all of these characters that are chasing after treasure, and so I was just super into it, especially since I love sailing and I like being a pirate, all that stuff. And so I had all this like pent-up energy to really channel all of my inner pirate, so I came into this treasure hunt like absolutely wanting to win. And as the first clue was released, I realized that it was going to take effort. And not just effort, because there was a lot of pirates on the beach, and there are a lot of people that are searching for the treasure, but they all didn't end up with this little guy right here. So the idea, the concept, the takeaway, the pirate lesson is that effort takes effort. It's not just enough to participate in a treasure hunt. It's not just enough to have a map. It's not just enough to want treasure. It's just not enough to put effort in. Effort takes effort. So a few examples of the actual race that you can apply to business and life. First of all is the effort of thinking, right? Using your cap. And the clues are not straightforward, and you actually have to think about it. So I found myself really putting a lot of effort into thinking. And this is the same thing that I do before I prepare my videos, before I prepare my talks, before I prepare my blogs. And it's this idea of just going through the effort is not enough. You actually have to put effort into that effort. And the degree in which you put effort in is the degree in which you put effort out. So you might have certain things. You might be writing blogs and you're not getting traction. You might be trying to get speaking gigs and it's not working. You're putting forth the effort, and nobody's saying that you're not. But effort takes effort, and you have to put in more than just effort. You actually have to put effort into the effort. So another example from the race is that there was a clue that I knew was up on the top of a hill, and there's 3 or 4 other pirates that are gunning for it at the same time. And I dug deep and I took all of my energy and I passed the 2 people in front of me up the hill. Now, I got that competitive advantage because of the effort, and then I actually got to the trail first, and they took a wrong turn on the trail. So I actually had not only first mover advantage because of my effort, but I had enough time to find the clue and then leave without them knowing where the clue was. Another effort element of the treasure hunt that helped me was at the very end, where everyone was searching for the treasure. We were all on the last clue. And so I thought maybe everyone was wrong and that it might be on this 8-ball rock, which is out to the outside of the cove. So I grabbed a paddleboard and this really lame paddle, and I paddled out there. And I was exhausted, I was tired, I was frustrated, this is after a few hours of searching for all the clues to get to this final point. And I just kept telling myself, you have to continue to go. You have to continue to paddle. I felt like my arms were going to fall off. I couldn't breathe, but I just kept on paddling. And I think that there's one thing to put effort forth, but you have to put that like pirate effort. I was telling myself, like, the money, the treasure, you have to find this little box. And so whatever it is that you have to do to convince yourself to have more effort, you should do that. But remember, effort takes effort. That is the pirate lesson number 1. Number 2, just because you don't see what you're looking for doesn't mean that it's not there. Now, a treasure hunt is a great practice for this piece of advice because you get a clue and then it puts you to an area and then you have to find the actual clue. And so if it was by a tree, it wouldn't be pinned on the tree. It's hidden under a rock or under the dirt or high up on the tree. And so there was these different clues, and I had all these opportunities to realize that what you may be looking for is not apparent. It's not in front of you. And when I ran up to the hill and I was searching around this bench, the clue was nowhere to be found. And I almost gave up because I could not find it. But as I was leaving, I turned back and I was like, I know it has to be here. And then I saw a little piece of white, something that was hidden behind a bush that was behind the bench. So the concept is that we may think we want to get featured in this publication, or we may think that we want to get this opportunity. We may think we want to get this job. We may think that we want to do all these things. And so we put ourselves in the position, and then we think, just because we're there, that we're going to see it. And I think that pirates know to look for things underneath the surface level. They know they've got to dig, and that's because they know things are hidden. So there's hidden opportunities everywhere. And if you're just expecting for life to deliver the opportunities and put a big placard around it and basically say, this is your opportunity, then you're not going to find them. Or the opportunities that you find, they're going to be so well lit that everybody's going to see them, and they no longer become an opportunity because all the competition is vying for that same clue. So just because you don't see that it's there, it doesn't mean that it's not there. And that really means that you've got to actually search and look and dig and find. And again, think of this in application for your life, in your business, in that you may want whatever success means for you, but you can't expect to just see it. You have to know that it's there. You have to actually go find it. Just because it's not there doesn't mean that it's not there, because it's there. So the third piece of pirate knowledge that I want to share with you is that it's not over until you find the treasure. And at the end of this treasure hunt, my lead, my hustle from the effort that I put in, and by sticking around and finding things, it was all lost because I was the first person out to the boat where I thought that the treasure was hidden, but I couldn't find it. And so the second pirate, the third pirate, the fourth pirate, it eventually got to the point where everyone was on the same clue. Everyone was on the final clue. And the difference between giving up or continuing to look for the treasure is what's going to make all the difference. So at the very end, I did not stop the same type of aggressive effort. I was pushing, I was jumping in the water, I was searching, I rode all the way out to another rock because I thought that might be it. I went back to the treasure map. There was an actual real treasure map, and I was trying to calculate it. There was coordinates. I was focused, but I did not let up. And I saw other teams that started to fatigue because if you don't find it, then you're like, there's so many of I'm not going to be the person. And so I did not let myself stop looking, and I was on the boat looking at the treasure map, and then I finally figured out it's got to be in the water next to the stern anchor. And that's when I was like, boom, just jumped into action, jumped into the water, found the treasure, and I am now that much richer. So pirates may have a bad rap, but pirates are actually pretty smart. So whatever treasure it is that you're looking for, put the effort in. Don't expect to see it. You've got to hunt for it, find it, dig it up, and don't let it be over until you find that treasure that you're looking for. All right, that is my pirate advice to you. I am now going to get back to work. Yes, I've got final chapters with Ditch the Act that I've got to review as a final proof, which is very exciting. And if you haven't grabbed your copy of Ditch the Act, you should. Check out ditchtheact.com. From me, on my boat, to you. Adios.